we could talk again, right?
Well, now there you go. See, that's exactly what we caught then, guys. I hope you're happy with yourselves. That's the start of the episode.
Are we
now.
live?
I hope you two are happy with yourselves. Welcome to the Kill Team Casuals.
Always.
We just spent the last 10 minutes trying to get three people who haven't caught up for a while to stop talking so we could start the show. And it took a little while. There was lots of green room action. I see in the chat there's a lot of people excited to talk about World. So before we announce what we're talking about, let's check in and catch up with everyone. A big welcome to Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop.
That's me. That's who I am, hanging out here in my office, passing it over to Russ from GFN Gaming in a normal standard issue size beanie today.
Yeah, there's no teeny weeny beanie. You can't see my ears. Who is this man? Who am I? I'm Russ, and I'm passing it back over to Reese from Threes to Wound, baby.
Oh, so excited to be here. Thank you to Ralphan for the sub, 4 months. Papa Kraken, OG, 32 months. We love it. We got John in the 32. Chat. Brambles. We got everyone. We got Samoan Matt. We got Dr. Zero Hour, Richard Warrior Princess, all the legends in there. We appreciate Secret Schnitzel's there. We appreciate everyone who Tacticus Prime is there. JC's
never ending whip.
Oh, JC's in here.
We love it. We love it. Love to see everyone in there.
We got Bramble Scratch. Now, Bramble Scratch, I have to give a shout out to because this is just a comment that I don't understand, but I would like to understand. Today is the day we hear about worlds. I can feel it in my bones. That, or I'm off my face off using glue in this small room.
Could be both. Could be both.
Maybe, I think maybe the glue has gone to work already. Bramble Scratch. Yes. I think it might have beaten you to the punch. That, or are you talking about Face Off? Face Off is one of my favorite movies of all time.
We know you. Oh, here we go. Watch out.
Hate to see you go. Love to watch you leave. Face Off.
Keep a copy on my wall.
You just got Face Off on the wall.
On the wall, dude. Yep.
A legend. A legend.
Oh, that is outstanding. I want to take his face off.
You know what? I don't think Travolta gets enough credit because imagine being the actor.
You're goddamn right he doesn't.
Opposite Nick Cage, and someone says, by the way, halfway through the film, you've got to act like that nutter, as if that's you. And he's like, challenge accepted. And he nails it.
That's where Travolta went off the rails. That's what happened. That's where it all went sideways.
I think Nick Cage just took like Quaaludes or like some ketamine because he was just like, I've got to act like a normal person because everyone must seem like a normal person to him. No one's unique. It's Nick Cage at like 25 out of 10, and then everyone else is riding like a 7, and he's just like, I've got to act like one of you normos. Time to hit the Quaaludes, and he's just like. And then he goes, but John Travolta absolutely nailed that one. Welcome to the Face Off audio commentary guide. We're going to be watching the full film and talking all about it.
You can press play in 3, 2, 1, and then we should be synced up.
It's a great opening score. It's a great. Actually, we've accidentally put Con Air on, but you know what? Don't even worry about it. Awesome film.
Don't mind if I do.
Roll with the punches.
Tacitus Reese is gonna kill us, but Tacitus Prime says a golden time of film. Face Off, The Rock, Con Air. Let me tell you, I watched The Rock pretty recently, and it's fantastic.
It still stands up. It still holds up. It's still good.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
you'll try your best.
So good.
Welcome to
stand down,
losers.
Winners go home and fuck this country from threats, both foreign and domestic. I cannot give that order. Man, stand down. Oh, so good, dude.
It's still good.
What are we doing here? Reese, save us.
What are we talking about?
To be honest, the moment we were on the Rock, I was on board with you guys. I was happy to be on the derail train. I was like, now we're talking. Okay.
Have you guys ever seen Broken Arrow?
Yes.
With Slater.
That's got Travolta, right?
It is Slater, John Travolta and Christian Slater. That is up there, but it's on the terrible scale, but bear in mind, awesome terrible. If you know what I mean, like the awesome terrible.
That's a John Woo. That's John Woo, I believe, right?
I believe so.
Ooh. Yeah, you know it is, brother.
I don't know.
You know it is. Hold on.
We're gonna have to do a whole nother podcast now just to talk.
Classic. It is John Woo. It is John Woo. Of course, it's great.
Look at
John Woo.
Look at this. You know what though? I didn't like, and I know you're probably gonna get right up inside me because of this one, but I didn't like his Mission Impossible. I just, I
Ooh.
know there's
Which
some
one was that?
absurd bit.
There's 2, wasn't it?
The Mission Impossible, where he kicks the sand and the
Yeah.
gun flies up, and he's like, for me,
Do
Mission
you also
Impossible
hate
is
joy? Do you
no,
hate
what do
joy?
I also? No, but
Do
like
you hate
to
joy? Do you
me,
hate
Mission
love?
Impossible was the first film where he's like, "You wouldn't like me when I'm angry, Kittredge," and he does the gum, and it hits there, and he just runs out. You know what I mean? That's me. I like that. Whereas it was a little
That's
bit
you.
too
That
action.
is you.
It was a little
You
bit
do
too
that. You do
long
that all the
hair.
time. That's what people
I do
say
that.
about Russ. Is
I
he
do
does
that a
that
lot.
all the time.
It's been mentioned.
But the last time I tried, I just bounced off the glass and was unconscious for 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I did try.
And
I
you'd
said
do
you
it
wouldn't
again.
like me when
Yeah.
I'm angry.
You'd
Threw
do
the
it again.
gum, ran, and just went.
Yeah.
But
You should do a rewatch of Mission
tried.
Impossible 2 because I think MI2
I've
is
not seen
actually
it.
pretty good. Also
Is
has
it
the
though?
best hair. Mission
And it is his
Impossible
best
2
hair.
has the best
No.
hair. Yes,
No,
dude. Yes.
that's the thing I don't like. The longer his hair is in a Mission Impossible film, I feel like the worse it is.
Oh.
I feel like
So
it's never
the
been
hair
better when
tells a
it's short.
story. The hair tells a story. And Mission Impossible 1, hey,
Please.
he's clean cut, dude. He's off the rock. He's ready to go to work. He's a military man. But guess
Exactly.
what? By 2, hey, he's gone rogue once. He's gonna go rogue again. He's calm. He's cool. He's collected. He's casual. He's leaning in. He's been here. He's acting
hanging
like
from
he's
the
been
side
here
of the
before.
mountain like this.
Yeah, yeah. He doesn't
Well,
need to have the
again,
clean
the
cut
mountain
because he's
scene.
comfortable in his own skin.
You know what? It doesn't tell a story like Bruce Willis's changing multicolored vest in Die Hard 1. It doesn't tell quite the story as that. That is a gritty story of redemption. It's not that kind of story. I just don't like the freewheeling long hair in the second film. I don't think it's a good one.
You need
But
hair
I'll
like that
accept.
when you're
That's
listening to
crazy.
the
That's a hot
soothing
take.
I've not seen
tones
it.
of Limp Bizkit in your ear holes, okay? Like,
Oh, okay. You know what? Okay, I
Yes.
do appreciate
Yes.
the soundtrack. Though. The
soundtrack
soundtrack does
is-
rock. I'll give it that. But I wasn't a fan of it. You know, I need maybe I do need to rewatch
Does
it.
it have
It
Limp
has
Bizkit on
been
there?
yeah,
it's
isn't
been
that
like
take a look
20
around?
years since I've seen it.
Oh,
last.
dude, here,
Dum, dum,
Limp
dum,
Bizkit.
dum,
We've got
dum, dum,
Metallica.
Yeah.
We've got Rob
dum,
Zombie.
dum,
You've
dum.
got Foo Fighters. You
Yeah.
have
Hey.
Chris Cornell, one of the Kings.
I
You
did
got the
not.
Pimps.
At no point did I
Godsmack,
challenge the
Uncle
soundtrack.
Cracker.
Uncle
Buck
Okay,
Cherry.
whoa.
Oh my God. Buck
Isn't
Cherry is
he-
on here?
Buck
No,
Cher- no,
not
isn't
Buck Cherry.
Uncle Cracker's the Kid Rock. Isn't he the Kid Rock DJ? I think Uncle
I don't
Cracker's the
even
Kid
know.
Rock DJ guy.
I just know
Yeah,
even
he
that
is.
song that's like "Follow me and everything's all right."
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that
no,
guy.
who
he
it
does
is.
proper country, but I think he was the he was like
That's
the
not
DJ
proper
guy
country.
for
Hold on. That's not. I have to stop you in your
Oh.
tracks and tell you that's not proper.
I know
country,
you're a
bucko.
big
He's from
Swiftie.
England.
I
Give
know
him a
you're a big
chance, Ben.
Swiftie. In
They
the
don't have a
green
country.
room,
I'm
Ben
not
is
Swiftie.
all about Swiftie, and he says that
No.
is OG. I think I once tried to say, isn't what you call it, Country Roads, and you were like, no, that's not country, brother. Swift
So
is
Country
country. And I
Roads
was like,
actually is not
I'll
country
see.
either. Yeah, Country Roads is not. That's more of like your
But isn't Willie
post,
Nelson?
I think
Willie
Vietnam.
Nelson's country.
Willie
Sure,
Nelson.
surely.
Now we're talking country, dude. We're
Yeah.
talking Willie Nelson. We're talking Johnny Cash. We're talking
Is Johnny Cash
Waylon
country?
Jennings. Yeah, dude.
I would think
Cash is
Johnny
country.
Cash would be more like rock, like old rock,
No,
like
he's
rock
country.
and roll.
You got Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings is pretty hard. Yeah.
We have
Yeah, no, that's,
thoroughly,
that's some country.
Do you know who
thoroughly
is country?
confused the chat. For the new people who've just walked
The
in,
Red-
I promise we talk
The
about
Red
Kill Team.
Menace.
I promise.
Is it the Red Menace? No, that's the Russians. The Red Terror.
The Red,
Is that what we're talking about?
Welcome.
The bad guy in every 80s movie.
Welcome. I am the Red Terror.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it was us for a time. It's been, you know what we've not had? Oh my God, I was going to say we've never had an Australian villain.
I was ready to
But are
get
we
back
all-
on track.
Are we
Commando.
all forgetting Commando. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Bennett. I'll see
Oh,
you later, John.
Yeah,
with
you're
his
in a bit of trouble
chainmail
here, John.
vest. Oh my God.
I've
Stick
got a
around.
knife
No,
and
it
a
was
chainmail
let
vest,
off
and
some
when you finally
steam.
fight me, it's embarrassingly one-sided.
Yeah, it is. And then he ends up spearing him with the pipe and goes, "Let off some steam, Bennett." It's so good. It's so good. Anyway,
Oh.
Kill Team.
So look, we were saying for weeks, we were like, geez, we're in a lull. Is Kill Team dead? And then look, we've had the big announcement we
Oh,
hoped
yeah.
for. We had Adepticon Obviously, they announced some big things, lots of AOS stuff, 11th edition 40K, but they did sneak a Kill Team release in there as well. And I think all of us would say it's probably not what we were expecting. We knew something, we knew there was going to be something Kill Team announced, but we didn't know what it would be. I, for one, will definitely put my hand up and go, this isn't what I was expecting. So we'll jump in and have a bit of a look. I've got it up on the screen so we can look at it while we talk about it.
I'm gonna have a look at the screen.
Professional.
Also,
the
thank
Red
you so much
Terror.
for the community party train there, and so thank you to Capped Chameleon for the subscription as well. Really appreciate you guys joining in. Thank you so much and getting on board. Ralph Fan as well for gifting a sub. Thank you so much.
What's a community train?
It's like a. I think it's like a.
Do you remember when we got a hype train once and we were so confused it just derailed the entire thing? Oh, pun intended.
Yes, it's
pun
just like
intended.
People gifting, sharing love, getting everyone involved. So choo all aboard. Thank you for showing love to each other because we're all about that. But
now
we've got the red terror on the screen.
Let us rip on Games Workshop for the next 40 minutes in the spirit of community.
I think that was good that we opened with the film stuff because that is now we were really positive. We were so enthusiastic, and now we can just get our angry nerd on now.
You know what the world needs? The world needs
three
bearded white guys talking about movies.
Yeah,
that's what the world really needs.
It's never been done.
There's not enough of those podcasts.
That would be groundbreaking, I think.
People would listen. Right?
Do you remember ages ago? I think I used to do a live stream where I would watch like an 80s action film while live streaming.
This was back in the good old days, man.
That's back in the good old days. I used to have I had the Thing on, and I would just watch Thing while Thing.
Aliens.
Like I don't know what I was doing, but I just basically I wanted an easy way to make content, and while watching what I would normally watch on that day. So I did like the Thing. Oh yeah, man, that's what we should do. We should do a podcast while watching Con Air together.
Did you ever watch it Mystery Science Theater 3000? Did you guys ever get into that?
Of course, man.
No, what's this?
So good. It's
Rite of Passage.
It's the idea we're talking about, but it's like a guy and like two robots watching films.
Oh, it's happened.
And you can see them down the bottom. They watch like the worst films ever made, and they just talk nonsense throughout. It's very funny.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to watch the worst films ever made and actually be able to get through them because their commentary is hilarious.
Do you think they did that film with them that we talked about, Reese, with Sean Connery in that red bikini and the red boots?
I nearly said Xanadu, not Xanadu. We went through this last time. We called it Xanadu.
It was something like
Xanadu,
that,
isn't it?
Is it Xanadu? Isn't that the one with Xanadu? John, isn't that?
No. Xanadu is Citizen Kane's house. It's Zardon or something like that. Or Zarbok. Oh, Rathan has said Zardoz. Okay, I was very
Zardoz.
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 I bet they've watched that because that seems like the worst film I've never seen.
Yeah, that would be a funny one to do.
Amazingly bad. But
Bramble
like
Scratch,
in the best
do not bring up
way.
Face Off again because we've gone down that rabbit hole. Okay?
Sorry. So
the Red Terror. Speak back to the Red Terror in the room. First and foremost, this is an amazing model, but it is introducing.
I mean, it's incredible, right? It's incredible.
It's so good. It's so
introducing us to, I guess, some more narrative type of play. This box set, if you don't know, if you haven't seen it or haven't looked too much into it, we're getting a box set that has the Red Terror Tyrannid monster here versus a guardsman kill team. I think they're called the Jesters, the Spectre Squad kill team. So
I'll tell you what the Spectres don't have in this fight is a goddamn chance.
That's the tagline for the film.
Look at this model.
That's the tagline.
Like, no chance though. Like absolutely no chance.
Tell you what they don't have. A goddamn chance.
Goddamn chance. They've got two models that presumably have to stand right next to each other to work, but they don't have a goddamn chance.
Sure hope this guy's claws don't have blast. We will be in trouble.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. I think we were speaking in the green. I was saying this box set reminds me a little bit of what we saw with sort of Ashes of Faith, where it was kind of like we were expecting the next one in the series of box sets, but then we got, I guess, what is effectively a narrative box. And for parts of the community, they'll be like, "This is amazing if you play a lot of narrative stuff," or you're excited to get bigger monsters into the game, because they also announced with this the Nemesis Operative Dossier, which is all about bringing larger models for narrative type stories. So things like Crisis stealth suits, I think dreadnoughts, Tyranid, Screamer killers. So bringing in large operatives to either be, I guess, I get they're like NPCs within a kill team game,
Yeah.
or to be like your team versus a mega operative.
Yeah.
Which, look, it looks interesting. But yeah, I was just, for me myself, it wasn't the box set I was expecting. How did you guys feel seeing this release?
Yeah, man, I was not expecting this either. This sort of came, I think, and again, I feel like communication is, as it always is kind of a bummer. Like, all this would be fixed. So what we see, I see it in the comment sections. I've seen it. There's a lot of excitement about this box, which I think is awesome.
Yeah.
I like that, because I think most people who play Kill Team are casual players. It's the idea behind this podcast, Kill Team casuals. Most people who play are not tournament sweats, right? And most people play. And so I love that this is out here, but everyone was expecting a new standard double box set, and this is what we got. So if GW, like, something that I've been playing some Star Wars Legion, and something that AMG does really well is they give you a roadmap for the year. It's like, hey, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, here's what's coming in those dates. Like, this is what's on the way. So if Games Workshop would started the year off, would be like, hey, quarter 1, we got 3 competitive boxes, and we're rounding it out with 1 narrative box at the end.
I would love that.
You know what? Guess what?
You can
Everybody is... expectations are managed, and all the competitive sweats who are looking for 2 teams. There's no, because what the bummer is, there's a lot of negativity about this, which I can understand. I'm sure we'll get there. I like, reading between the lines. We'll just say say it out loud. This is a really cool box that has 1 kill team and 1 40K model in it. And that's, I think, what is sort of feels like a bummer to Kill Team players. And you also kind of can't fault Games Workshop, because guess what? That's a good business decision, and this is a business that they are running. Yeah, and like, it does work. It has worked time and time again. That's how I'm feeling. Russ, how are you feeling?
Yeah, the first thing I thought when I looked at it was, the first thing I thought was that Red Terror model looks amazing.
Oh, it's incredible.
And then I was like, let's have a look at the other teams. But there's only 1 team, and I was like, oh wow, a 1-team box, like a 1 kill team box set's going to be woof. I hope this doesn't become the case where it's 1 kill team and it sells just as well because they lock that model into a big model like the Red Terror. And I was like, I guess that's what it's going to be. So you can't even guarantee get it for a kill team, because there'd be a lot of nids wanting this. And then I looked at what was patently, obviously to me, a Katachan team, and I scrolled through, and I was like, at some point they'll look like Katachan, and they didn't, and I was like, why do they not look like Katachan? They were blatantly and then I looked up and I saw it was Acadian, and I was like, so they've given us what they think we want, which is Katachan. I think they think we want it, but they've given us, like,
I don't think it's Katachan, by the way.
Well, no, it's not.
I don't get that.
You think it's, and I think I think the model I saw first had like green pants, and it had like I think it was the rocket launcher I saw first, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. That looks Katachan-y.
That could
and
definitely
I scrolled
be
and suddenly realized it's
yeah,
not.
I'm looking at it. It's bare arms. I see that. Everybody's got bare arms.
A lot of forearms.
So that's what I kind of thought. But what I wanted was obviously just like insanely action stuff. I wanted Con Air, and they gave me, I don't know, a good film. You know what I mean? Like a film with depth.
Hey, you take that back, dude. You take that back, you son of a gun.
I love Con Air, but let's be real. It's not winning Academy Awards for anything apart from
not everything is a freaking,
But that's what I mean. I feel like they've been like, we'll give you Schindler's List, and I was like, I wanted Con Air.
Yeah,
I wanted Con Air, and they didn't give me.
You
Con
wanted
Air.
Predator, and they gave
put the bunny back in the box,
Titanic.
you idiot.
You're like,
put the bunny back in the box.
Not the film
so I was a little bit like, okay, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't. And then I looked up and I was like, it's Cady, and I was like, oh, it's not even what you guys were talking about, which is, not like what Tanith.
Yeah.
It's not even. So I was a bit.
Yeah,
so
if you just changed the name,
Yeah.
If the name was not Katie, they're like, hey, this is the Tanith kill team.
Yeah.
I think I think people would just be psyched.
Yeah.
I think people would be psyched on that.
Get rid of the Cadian heads, but I was saying get like the Norscan AOS sprue with like the shaggy beard heads. Put that in there with these bodies.
Yeah.
It's Tanith, and as you said, the total conversation around it would shift. I saw some.
I agree.
Someone said in the
Jim Crimmins.
Oh, Danaga
We
said
love you, Crimmins.
in the chat that Catechins would have to be a whole refresh, not just a squad. But we saw with the Krieg, like the Krieg came out with that
Krieg was
first
the same
box
way.
set, and it was ages before we saw another Krieg model. They can be the precursor, and everyone would be a-okay with it. I feel like this, they kind of threw it in the middle. Like, we don't want to do Catechins. We don't want to go fully Tanith. Everyone plays Cadians. And as someone who plays 40k guard as well, for me, this is a bit of a, I don't think I needed scout Cadians. Like, we've got Gaunt's, I've got Gaunt's Ghost in my army. There's already rattling snipers as your little, like, even from me in a 40k perspective as a unit you would want in the army. It's such a, this one is just such a weird fit. I am a bit confused as to what they want. Don't get me wrong. There's kit bashing potential through the roof. You can have a lot of fun with this kit.
Yeah.
It's just, it just feels like,
and the models look great too. Like, yeah. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I was looking at pull up the Warcom article. I'm looking through.
Yeah.
I think they look great. I think the models are awesome.
Yeah.
I really just think it's the fact that they are officially Cadians. I think for me that's the only bummer factor there is that they're Cadians. Because you could just call them Tanith and boom, now it's a different story.
Yeah. I must admit too, speaking of 80s movies references that I spotted straight away, the stub gunner guy is basically has a smart gun, and these little headset piece is like dead set Ringer from Aliens. I'm like, that was my favorite model. That was the first model I saw, Russ, and I saw him and I was like, I'm listening. Like, I thought maybe
I was going to say that's it.
Like it was 80s, but then some of the others head back towards a little bit bland. What do you guys think from, obviously, the big thing too, obviously, how this team's going to play? Are we excited potentially about what they're going to do? Because it looks like I'm excited to have a guard team back, like a horde infantry team.
Oh,
but it does look,
I guess we don't have one, do we?
No, because we lost Vet Guard. Is this just new Vet Guard?
I keep forgetting we lost Vet. But the thing is that I don't know, like, there's quite a lot of teams that I feel like, are these guys going to be massively different to a Brood Brothers? Are they going to be that much different? I don't know, like, it feels like it's a team that's going to be that, but they won't have the big Gribbly, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be interesting. I mean, all the Kill Teams rules are great. Not all of them, but you know what I mean?
And
like,
very thematic. They're all thematic.
I was going to say, they're all thematic, so I'm sure it'll be awesome. I think the initial disappointment was just that it wasn't Katachan, and it was the perfect opportunity against a big Gribbly. You know what this is? This is like Predator 2, where you've seen Arnie take a Predator, and then someone said, this guy, Donald Glover, he's going to kill a Predator next. Is it Danny? No, it's Danny Glover.
Donald Glover is
Danny Glover's going to kill a Predator, and I'm like, he's not though, is he? Like, he's not going to kill a Predator. How's he going to kill a Predator?
It's just a New York cop.
And Gary Busey does his best, and obviously, Gary's just mad. But I just feel like, I don't feel like this team, as you said, Ben, this team's not beating the Red Terror. You need absolute Chem Hans bruises to have a chance. And I was just like, interesting.
I do love the Grenadier. It's got like the IRA, like sort of freedom fighter mask. I'll be painting that thing black for sure.
It's a power pose.
I love the mask, the like face mask on the Grenadier.
Yeah, it's just like again, it's this kid. As you said, if you took it in a vacuum and you were going like take all expectations out of what we've been hoping, and I guess obviously what us and the community in general have been hyping up for the next human team, whether that's Catachans. You know, even Armageddon Steel Legion, if some people saying why this could have been the Armageddon Steel Legion initial release, because imagine that timing with 11th edition going back to Armageddon. This could have been, imagine like this being just got dudes in gas masks, you know, like in the sand dune trench coats and all that stuff. in a vacuum, I actually really like the team. I'm excited to see the rules. I think it's just that
Me
expectation,
too.
which we all
Yeah.
get caught up in at times
Yeah.
as well, that we're like, but this is not what I wanted. It's not what I had in my mind.
It's an interesting box. It's a really interesting box because it's the first the first ever box that only has one kill team. So it'll be really interesting to see. I'd love to know how this one does in terms of sales. Like if this does well enough that they're like, let's do these. Let's do a few of these. If the
Yeah.
narrative is popular enough. It feels weird because I don't think I know many people run a narrative. Even though they gave us a bunch of narrative in I think the Wolf Scout one, they gave us that like how to start your own narrative campaign, and they've obviously there's been NPC stuff from the
Mm.
beginning. I don't know loads, and the thing is, I like narrative, but like, and I've tried to do narrative, um, and I can say largely you like based on just YouTube, people don't really want narrative. It feels
Well, you've
like
got
the
first-hand
competitive is a
experience
lot
creating
more.
it, don't you? So, like, try to deliver
Yeah,
the content.
people don't want it.
Yeah.
People don't want narrative, which is
Yeah.
weird because I love it. But I'd love to know how many, yeah, how many people
So I
are like gonna be doing loads with the narrative because it'd be great to see. Obviously, outside of Once Upon a Kill Team, which I know are heavy into that narrative.
they're
So
the kings of it.
Godspeed.
They're the kings.
Mm.
Yeah,
I have a
Godspeed.
theory. I have a theory. And so like we're all in deep on wargaming and Warhammer. I'm about in it as deep as somebody could possibly get without being a Games Workshop employee. And I spent a lot of time in this chair talking to my coworkers about the wargaming trends and things
Yeah.
like that. And I think the narrative thing, and I'm going somewhere with this, but
Please.
every indie game that gets released, right? Let's be real. Can we be real for a moment? I love the idea of indie games. I
Mhm.
have sort of had my hands in some indie games. I love when third party blokes come out and make really bespoke rules and see these things. And a lot of these things, a lot of these games have a single player mode,
Mhm.
and I'm not. I have sad hammered myself in times past, right? So I'm not I'm not
Close
dogging
the
anybody,
door.
but but I think people buy a lot of this stuff with the idea of playing it and the
Mm.
Mm.
idea of it and sitting with the rules and maybe hobbying for it. But I don't think many of those games get a ton of play. And I think
Yeah.
narrative largely falls into a similar category where and I think there is some value in thinking about it and hobbying for it and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I don't think a ton of it gets played. So yeah,
Mm.
that's just a theory that I have. But also at the same time, I'm feeling a little burnt out on competitive play, and
Yeah.
I'm
Mhm.
trying. I would really
Yeah.
like to
100%.
run a narrative kill team one day, 3 round narrative thing, and throw a lot of these big toys on the board and just say, hey, a dreadnought has showed up on your table now. Deal with it. Like to me, that's also seems very fun. So like,
That'd be
I'm
cool.
really excited to get my hands on the Nemesis Operatives dossier.
Yes.
Mhm.
I just maybe to me it's very charming, and Kill Team is a game that I think is very crunchy and very tight, but maybe
Mm.
lacking in the charm department. So I'm excited for this. I just wish I would like to have had a heads up.
Yeah, I think
That's all.
the roadmap, Ben, I think you
Yeah.
touched on it better. Having a little bit of a clearer roadmap of going, we know that we'll get 3 box sets that are traditional, and then there'll be a breaker,
Yeah.
which is a narrative one. As you said, I think expectations and what we are wanting often leads to that feeling of disappointment. Even when what we get is actually really good, it's just not what we thought or what we were hoping for. So therefore, it gets a bit of a negative rap to it. And that's we're definitely not saying this is a bad box set. I said we'll definitely be getting it. Definitely give it all a crack. I'm excited to see how it works. But I think that's the thing for us. There's people in the chat saying just before when we're talking, oh, we can't wait for Grey Knights versus Demons or whatever these
Mhm.
things, we set expectations for ourselves that we're really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
And that box set may
Yeah.
just be the next one. And if we know it's okay that this one wasn't going to be that, and we can feel safe knowing that and comfortable, we'll still remain that excitement. And this probably doesn't cop as much flack as it probably might be
Mm.
copping a little bit now. One thing I wanted to highlight too, obviously we talked about the Nemesis Operatives thing as well. They added, I guess, 2 little expansion releases as well in the Amble reboxing. And of course, Russ, you crazy son of a bitch, you were right. There's now a Zote in Kill Team. The archivist.
He called it.
He
called it. I never saw it. Never saw it coming.
I never saw these ones going.
But are we satisfied? We got what we wanted, but at what cost, boys? At what cost?
Do you know what this kind of reminds me of a little bit? Is you remember old edition of Kill Team where they came out with the Elites box?
Yeah.
Not the Elites box, the Elites
Commanders.
book.
Yes.
When it was all points.
Yes, Commanders. God, I love that.
Well, no. The first one was Elites, then it was Commanders.
Yeah, Elite Commanders.
I think, so this kind of feels like an amalgamation of that, where they're like, you can, because they said you can design your own. I wouldn't mind this. This is something that is maybe a little bit. This could be something you potentially put into match play as well for all those people who are wanting to sweat it out. Like, I don't think this is necessarily not match play because it's a set thing that you can make, so it's even more tailoring almost. You can get so that someone could be like, you run a team and you can also run one nemesis operative. And that would be really interesting to be like, okay, in this mission.
I've also been thinking about that.
Yeah. So you can have if it's 3 games, one of the games, the middle game, you run a nemesis operative as well.
Yeah, that's
and that
cool.
would be balanced because the balance is everyone's got it. And the thing is, you make your own operative, so you maybe submit your nemesis operative beforehand, so it's already made.
Yeah,
and then it's kind of part of a roster. I don't think that's necessarily not match play. So I'm really intrigued to see how the rules work. Like the Red Terror stuff like that, that sounds really fun. And the big operatives sound like really absolutely imagine a mission where the first person to bop a point then activates the dreadnought that's in the same room, and then
it awakens.
Then it comes out and it's blasting everyone, and you've got to pick something up.
This is the stuff I've been thinking about. This so that would be fun.
So that would be good. I'd love that. But the fact that I think what's potentially more interesting to the match play scene is those smaller nemesis operatives that you could fit in a kill team, as opposed to not a dreadnought, but like a Zote, for example.
Like an Amble.
Would be quite cool. Yeah, just I think that'd be quite cool. But we'll see, because it all sounds fun. I'm for sure gonna try out. Trying to kill the Red Terror. That's gonna be fun. You know what would be class, which I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I'm assuming you can do it. But you know what would be great? You know when you play like Warhammer Quest, and we played it recently. You probably haven't played it. I'm just saying that. I throw it out there. Do you know how when you play Warhammer Quest, you all are just gonna be like, course, guy.
With all my spare time, Russ,
you all, But 4 of you each control a character, and it's you against the board. I feel like this, if they pitch this as 5 guys or 4 guys, you each command 2 characters. I feel like Ben's taking it to a dodgy place. But what I'm saying,
I'm sorry. No. There's a comment from Norley, and I was I had sort of disassociated for a moment. I was looking off to the side, and he got it. Ben is staring at the Battle Brothers logo like it owes him money.
I was just watching. Ben just had this disgusted look. You were like,
that was very funny.
But sorry, Russ. Back to your 5 guys.
Back to my 5 guys. Lovely food. Denaga will know. But no, you get a group that you can control the team, and then you just that might be quite almost Warhammer questing it.
Yeah.
Or, the whole Blackstone Fortress thing. That might be an interesting way to do it. I can't imagine. I don't know. We're gonna have to see the rules.
One of the things I saw from the whole approach, a bit across AOS with some of the stuff they're announcing, but with the 40k 11th edition thing too, and I think maybe this is a touch of it as well. I guess it feels like they are trying to bring back story and narrative into these games, even though they are competitive. A lot of the 11th edition changes are all about going, it's not just about making a game where you can make your opponent cry, sorry, Ben, but it's also that while you do it, there is a story, and that you.
What have they done? What are they doing to us?
That there's there's theme to it, and that picking just the sharpest thing isn't always going to be the best. Or even if you do pick 2 sharp lists, that the objectives will still feel like there's a story to it. And I do really like that, because
I'm so dubious.
Yeah,
I'm so dubious.
I don't know. I like that idea that
I
honor the
objective,
even
though we're not.
and
It's
just
not a 40k podcast. This could be a whole episode 'cause I'm
I
so
mean,
dubious. I'm
it's not a
hopeful, but
face-off
yet
podcast
dubious.
either, but we went for it, so
But we
feel
did go
free.
there, didn't we? We did go there.
Feel free to derail us into Warhammer Big Hammer because that's still on topic for us.
Yeah, at least it's adjacent. But no, like what I guess that to me pointed out is that a thought process that is going to be transitioning across to all their games. Have they kind of looked a little
Yeah.
bit and gone, if you're a new player, and that's where I think that their mindset too is it's always about getting new players in and being accessible to new players, whether that's through Sad Hammer being able to
Good.
play
Yeah.
by yourself, or I think someone in the chat highlighted being able to do co-op to sort of learn the game with a friend. So it's not competitive, which can be harder to learn in because you're also trying to beat your friend. If you're working together, it's a different way to learn the rules and take it in and have story. And because sometimes that's having the. I still love the idea too. I'd love to do one day. Those the Crusade campaigns where you have your army and everyone levels up and guys get stories. That's really cool, and that's something it's there for Kill Team, but we don't really ever initiate, or at
Don't
least
do it.
a
Yeah.
lot of the people I'd say we will play or talk against. It's more like I've got these guys because it's going to be a really strong list, and it's going to be competitive, so therefore I'll have a better time with the game because I'm not getting my ass cut the whole time.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It seems like for them to make these changes in 40K is pretty bold, and because
I was gonna
usually
say,
what we see is like they'll start trying things out in like Horus Heresy, and then we'll see those sort of roll over to Age of Sigmar, and then if those are received well, then it sort of makes its way to 40K. But these like standing on circles is a pretty big part of 40K and has
For a
been
very long
for
time.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I can remember in 40K. So this is a massive tweak, a massive change. And so like it's a big swing. And as someone who's one of my favorite movies of all time is Face Off, I do love a big swing. I do love a swing. So
Thank you for
we'll see.
segueing
We'll
back
see.
to Face Off.
It's all Face Off. Everything is Face Off.
I'm excited that and again, I wouldn't mind seeing that trickled. We've kind of seen that at times with Kill Team, like having thematic boards and bits and pieces of terrain. Like it wouldn't take much to turn those into the objective markers in Kill Team, and I don't think it would take anything away from the game that you're fighting over some chemical test vials versus a circle. I wouldn't mind those things, or a terrain piece you physically have to have a model in or on, like those kind of things. I don't mind that. It does feel like that's a simple or easy change that does make it, as you said, fighting over a circle versus fighting over something. It's a quick change to make a little narrative win.
I used to do that. I used to prefer having like I'd make objective markers that were like dioramas.
Yeah.
But they would still be the same dimensions, and I would just pop them down and be like, okay, so this crashed speeder is one objective. I used to prefer that. It's just obviously, like you say, you're so used to it being the the circle, and it's because it's so precise. And I think that's the idea that if they bring out a bunker and says whoever controls the bunker, but I mean it'll all be. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see that in Kill Team as well, actually. I mean, because they bring out terrain sets that are so bespoke for Kill Team, I do think it would be easier, because quite often it's like
Very
whoever
easy.
controls the inside of the bunker, the inside of the building on Volcus. So
Yeah.
the two building, I mean, it's quite easy to do.
Who's got the most AP in the building? You control it. Yep, there's this bit of terrain that a model can stand on. If your model is standing on it, you control. Things like that.
I don't think that's crazy. I think that would be
Yeah.
arguably more narrative and fine to play, because then you don't have to play quite so precisely. Oh, I can get inside the building, but I can't get inside this tiny little semicircle of the building, so I don't control the objective that is inside this building. Whereas I'm the only model in the building.
Yeah.
I kind of control this entire room. It kind of makes sense to just say, hey, just be inside the room. I would be more than happy to do that.
Yeah.
More than happy, because that does feel a little bit more narrative. Like you've got to hold the room, hold the thing, hold the center of the kill team, holding the center of the kill zone seems perfectly fine in terms of like a tactical move to hold the center.
Yeah.
So
and
just
then
make it a little
two buildings, or a building and a crashed ship, as you said, like something that they can work with. That's I like that at least we're seeing, as always, that they are like, this could be something classically that they halfway through the edition renege on because they go, oh geez, everyone's found a different way to abuse it. And that is always the risk, is that again, adding things with
Oh yeah,
ambiguity.
they'll always break it. Yeah.
Yeah, things with ambiguity, as we said, oh, you've just got to get an operative into a room. Easy. Oh, then okay, well, someone works out the dick way to have a model that's got a
Murder wing.
really large. Yeah.
Yeah. Flying in, yeah.
Everyone's like, you get your model that's got a large base and they block an area that means that the only way to get in the
Yeah.
room is really difficult. Like people will find a way to be dicks about it.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But I still
Yeah.
like that they're trying it and we can work around it. I think I'm optimistic.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
Yeah, that it's yeah.
Are you guys gonna pick up 11th edition? I'm thinking about it.
Yeah,
To
I
get, like
I'm
start a set.
definitely
I
gonna
would love it.
dabble. Yeah.
I
I have
will.
World Eaters and CSM not painted, but like the rumors, Reese, actually you're the authority here. Let me ask you. There's a lot of changes that they're saying that are like focusing towards melee armies, right? Was that a
Yeah, so they were talking a lot about just the way that the activation and the process of things like the piling in and the consolidating, because it's all quite, it could be really messy. And again, it was probably one of those things that people had found ways with certain armies to take advantage of using the pile-ins and consolidations in different ways to basically add effects that weren't intended within combat, and it also slowed it down and made it quite messy as well, with the granularity of, oh, I'm going to do this and block this and all that sort of stuff. So it looks like they're trying to clean up a lot of that, like people taking advantage of those things, and also make it a bit quicker, because at times you can get really, really bogged down in the combat. So I think, yeah, there is in the main article. Let me just open it up. But yeah, that's definitely, I think, another positive is
how
just,
about that new orc knob, by the way?
yeah, he looks real cool. I definitely dig that. But yeah, I think it's I think anything that helps keep the game moving quicker and cleaning it up, that's a real positive. I said the objective stuff sound good. Even the way they're looking at building the armies now too, it sounds a little bit and Ben, you might know about this from thanks to your workplace, but like AOS war scrolly type thing, where it's like there's detachments and like, you have more than one, whereas currently it's like you pick a detachment and then you build your army around this, but then it might be you have a part of a detachment that is about bikes and fast things, but then you can also bring
Okay,
an
interesting.
armored detachment. That kind of looks like, I'm not sure
That's interesting.
how heavily it'll fully go into that, but there was definitely talking about that idea of introducing a bit of granularity as opposed to one detachment, that's it. And I think that was also another way that would then also dictate how you build your army, what objectives and things like that you would therefore have access to as well. So I think I'm just trying to find some of the stuff here. Here we go. Yeah, so here you go. Yeah, detachments are changing to give you more flexibility in how you build your army. You can now sometimes select multiple detachments for a bespoke set of army abilities. So you'll be able to bring you to life your version of how your army should fight. So, and they're going to have up to 70 to pick from, which are a combination of new and updated.
70?
Yeah. So,
these are universal across armies, then I take it.
I think, it says 70. I think it would be that's 70 across all the factions. Like, so Space Marines will have 60 of them.
Okay.
Everyone else will have 10.
I thought it would be something like the detachment involves an elite to transport, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I'm guessing not.
I would say that is how it'll kind of eventually fully end up. But I think the catch that they've said, because they've also announced that all of the codexes that you have now will carry forth into the new edition, I think it will need to be a bit of a slower rollout on that process, because otherwise that would completely probably cancel out the old codexes, I guess. So they've probably got to adjust it and update it, and then that process might happen and get a bit more formal over time, I guess. The thing I like too, the terrain is seeing a big shake up as well, which means that they're like not just getting protection, but being able to hide better in terrain and stuff like that. So making it harder for you to be hit in terrain versus just improving your armor saves. So and some units can be like, if they're in terrain, they can't be shot until they shoot. So it's like they're lying in wait. So there's a little bit of kill team about it.
Concealed position.
I was gonna say that's full on kill team.
Right?
That's concealed tokens without actually having concealed tokens.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So I'm like,
I don't mind that. I quite like that idea. Yeah. If you're in cover, you're hidden until you shoot. That is kill team though. That's lovely.
And
interesting.
I said, I definitely feel like they are doing a good job at the moment of testing in game systems and then going, well, this works well in this one. Can we have a version of it? And I think that's another example of what people love about Kill Team, where you can be concealed and you can stay out of the fight by choice until you choose to get into it.
Yeah, you have agency.
Like
yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
So, yeah, as we said, the combat stuff was some of it. They're the main things they announced. Just cleaning up the fight phase. Oh, there was talk of too that changing to the charging of potentially that you can roll the charges potentially. I think it was,
it's and then seems like AOS charging.
Yes, roll it and
do
then go.
Do you not roll charges now?
No, but you always have to declare
you don't have to call your shot. Yeah. In AOS, you roll your charge, and then you determine who you can actually get into.
Who you're going to charge. Got you.
And you get to decide,
So, you can be like, I got a 10.
That feels better as the player.
So much better.
Yeah.
I still also reckon, because does AOS do this where if you roll the charge, even if you don't make it, I think you should still move the distance. So it's like, if you go, I'm doing a 10-inch charge, you fail it, and you get like a 7. I still think your model should move the 7. They just don't get into combat.
Oh, you think you should be forced to?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because that's it.
That's pretty dicey. That's pretty dicey.
Yeah, as opposed to going like, because it's not like you'd be like, ready lads, we're going to charge them. Oh, we didn't make it. We'll just stay here. Yeah. It's like, no bullshit. You're out there.
They ran out of breath.
You've committed.
Just like an inch for them. Oh God, I'm gonna stitch. Gonna stay here for an entire turn.
Oh, jeez. But so, we were talking. One thing I wanted to circle back on. I did see someone was saying in the chat earlier, and apologies, I did. Oh, here we go. As Richard Warrior Princess was saying, back to Kill Team, by the way. There might still be another team matched box coming up shortly. So, sort of just referring to what happened with Ashes of Faith. Remember how that dropped in a real weird period? It dropped and we got another box right off the back of it. So
we got, I think they either announced the first dwarf team, the salvagers, and then the next week dropped Ashes of Faith, or vice versa. It was like 2 weeks on the trot. We had like two kill team box sets. I think it was the salvagers, and then Ashes of Faith just sprang out. But that was the best way to do it. Like, it came out of nowhere, and it was like, oh my God, we got one, and then a narrative box. But the thing is, that that narrative box wasn't really a narrative box because both of those teams were awesome teams in their own right in match play. So it's not the same. This is the only box we've ever had that is only one playable kill team. In matched play by the looks of things. Again, unless it comes out that the Red Terror is a match play kill team all on its own. Could you imagine? Like, the only 3 model kill team, they give you that and like 2 Gribblies, and it's just like, bang. I can't move. There's nowhere I can fit. Here we go. Yeah, what's the terrain look like in that box? How does that even work?
It doesn't come with terrain,
field?
does it?
Well, but
doesn't come with terrain, does it?
Well, there is the hand.
But like,
I'll bring it up. There's this photo here that has some terrain, but is that the terrain that's in the box, or is that just?
Is his base not as big as I think it is? Is his base actually only like a 50 mil? Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's got terrain in it.
That looks pretty.
I don't believe it comes with terrain.
No.
It doesn't have terrain. There we go. It's just being confirmed.
So it comes with terrain.
It doesn't.
Is that what you're telling me, Reese? It feels like you're telling me the box comes with terrain. Ben,
stop it.
Ben just clarified.
Stop it.
It comes
actually
with terrain.
does not. It actually we're just hold on. It's just coming in here that it does not have terrain in the box.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Telling me
I'm
there's
saying
a
there's a chance.
Terrain.
I'm saying there's a chance that your box might get mispacked and it might have some terrain in there. Yeah.
Right. Got you.
Oh,
how big
I'm glad we're not getting any more Hormagaunts or Termagants in the box.
Well, they are in the picture. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying they are.
They are in the picture. Yeah. Please, no more Termagants. I don't want any Necron warriors or Termagants in my box. Yeah. Please. I'm drowning in it. I'm drowning.
Please.
You're killing me.
Please.
Killing
No
me.
more. Yeah, we got like Hormigans last time, didn't we?
Yeah.
Don't need them. Don't need them.
Oh, I must say there was one thing I saw in the article as well that did get me in terms of for the Nemesis operative thing that did make me get excited was there's talking about, like potential things that could happen, like matchups in the thing. And one of it was saying, both teams might need to tiptoe around the periphery while a Dreadnought and Hellbrute lock in a deadly duel in the center. That is
Hellbrute.
Yes. And do you remember
Hellbrute? Oh, I'm in. I'm all the way in.
And did you guys remember that bit from Space Marine 2? Did you ever see that where the Redemptor Dread and the Hellbrute fight? There is a moment, and it's like,
yeah, there is a good one,
and it's
that's
awesome.
a good one.
And that was what I pictured. I was
wall.
like, that's so cinematic. Like, if it's giving you stuff like that, that is very cool.
Yeah, this to me, my ideal situation is like, hey, I'm gonna play some Kill Team on Friday night, and I'm gonna bring my Nemesis Claw team and a Hellbrute, while my opponent brings a guard team and a Leman Russ.
Yes.
And let's just have at it. You know what I mean? If I can do that, now we're pod racing. You know what I mean? Now this is pod
just said
racing.
it right. It's beer and pretzels gaming, and that is great. Like, it's one of my favorite things about
Bring it back.
Kill Team. That's it.
Kill Team is not beer and pretzels friendly, so more of that is a great thing.
But like having
shut up, Russ.
Then
go home, Russ. You're drunk,
Let
dude.
it go, Russ.
Russ, get out. You know what? Cut him off. He's on air.
Scram.
Press the off air button.
Get out of here.
Get him out of here. Yeah, I'm pressing the mute button. Russ, I'm pressing the mute button right now. Boom, he's muted.
Oh, that's a relief.
Anyways,
my
Reese,
ears were ringing from him.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on the commentary inside the director's cut edition of Face Off? what are your thoughts on
Well,
that?
look, I just think then we really need 3 fresh voices across it. I just think there's never too late to add a new commentary track to the DVD.
Yeah.
And we're just the men for the job.
I think we owe it.
Yep.
I think we owe it
Yep.
to the community. The
Yeah, John
the
Woo's
Face-Off
been looking
community.
for us.
I just always
Yeah.
think of Ben Affleck's Armageddon commentaries as the gold standard of DVD
benchmark
commentary benchmark.
The gold standard.
It's fantastic. All right, so
yeah, what I was saying.
Go on, Russ. Before
which I
muted.
apologize for naysaying. It's still not going to be beer and pretzels, is it? Because it's still a complicated game, and they've added on dreadnoughts. I would love beer and pretzels, and I know what you're saying. If
I think when you have two big
yeah,
I think that's what it is. When you have two big stompy robots on the board, your brain goes into, oh, this is not Sweatfest mode. Now this is, I'm at the kitchen table, I'm playing with my stuff. I think that I agree with you. Like, it is going to be another thing, but also, hey, if those rules aren't in there to add them into your kill team, guess what? I'm going to be doing that anyways. I have the power here. Let me tell you, kill teamers, you have all the power. You can do whatever you want. You don't need permission from a corporation to tell you what you can and can't do with your Warhammer models that you bought and paid for. If you want to run an NPO in your kill team, a Nemesis operative in your kill team, you can do that, and you don't need the book to have a sentence that says you're allowed to do this. You can just do it.
If you believe,
I yield my time.
You can make it so. Just a quick one. Gort the Surf in the chat actually did make a good point. There was a still frame in when they did the tape for the live thing. It does that they're right. You could see the little Gribblies do come in the box. You do get more Hormigans or Termagants or whatever they are.
No, please,
so,
no,
yes,
no.
Now Gort said that. Thank you, Gort, for the catch. You're right. I did see it. They did like one of the box rotation, and on the artwork on the back, you saw the red terror surrounded by the little
So you're telling me on the you probably noticed that because of the high quality stream.
Obviously,
that it's probably the high.
We didn't even get into that.
That's probably why. That's probably why you were able to notice it, because of the high def, high quality stream.
Yeah,
probably.
It was I was doing a live watch over at a friend's channel, Split the Party. We were watching it live, and it was like, as a channel renowned for our tech issues, it made me feel good about myself and what we provide weekly.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
it was
look,
a shambles.
Was it
It was
bad?
genuinely one of the worst things I've ever seen live streamed, and
All I
that's
could
coming from
think-
us.
yeah.
I was gonna
Here's all
say
I
that's
could think.
must.
All I could think of was the poor bastards getting yelled at.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? All I could
Oh,
think of
after
is the
after
dudes in the
down.
hot seat getting yelled
Love it.
at in
Yeah.
trouble. That's all. I feel bad. I've been that guy. I feel bad for that guy.
As someone who worked
Poor
in,
guys.
in broadcast TV for a long time, it was like I was back in with the headset on, hearing the screaming from the control room truck of "Where's that feed? I'm not getting audio." And you could hear the fights going on. Of what
Oh
was happening.
God.
Or in this case, it was probably one poor guy just going.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's one
Like
poor
that.
dude pressing buttons, getting yelled at by James. Yeah.
James just choking him
Amazing.
out over the control panel. It was wild. It was, look, did you guys, the other one I want to touch on again, it's 40K. I just want to switch back. Did you guys see the guard tanks, the new little guard tanks they announced?
Oh, they're so cute. Yeah, they were so
The
cute.
little baby,
Yeah. I
little,
don't think I did.
little Humvee looking
Yeah.
little babies.
Oh yes, the tracks, the half tracks.
Yeah, like there's the hippogriff and stuff like the half
Yeah.
tracks.
I mean,
yeah.
they're just releasing like bolt action figures as G dubs now, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
historical.
Yeah.
It's just historicals. They're just releasing actual tanks
That was
and
the
just
I
being
thought they were
like,
super cute though. I liked them.
They were really,
Yeah, I love a half
they
track.
were, to me, I'm with you, Russ. They're probably they just need a little bit more sci-fi. I don't know what it is, but they do need just.
They got a freaking it's not a Lehman Russ cannon. It's the freaking
It looks like a
Which
mini Rogel Dawn
cannon?
one. It looks like they've just shrunk.
yeah.
the
It's got the Rogel Dorn turret on there.
Yeah. The one that was badass though
baby
was
Dorn.
the Commissar party bus. That
Oh,
one was
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
40K
cool.
to me. I
Oh,
was
that new
like,
commissar, dude. She's awesome.
That
oh,
She's
was
on the
awesome,
the
dude.
dread body. That did look funky.
Oh no,
That's a
that's
Nemesis
the
operative right there.
you're thinking the
The
Sisters
sister?
of Battle. That was the Sisters of Battle character.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was cool.
goofy model. I love it. I'm here
Yeah.
for it. It's got a seatbelt.
Yeah,
She's strapped in. She's wearing power armor, and instead of being like tube or mag locked in, she's got a seatbelt on in her lap. It's like,
Yeah,
hell yeah,
like,
dude. I
like,
love
do
that.
they think we won't know how they're attached? It's that thing that like they talk about mag locking and everything. Like they mag lock guns. There's not a single model that I've ever seen that's mag
Mag-lock.
locked
Yep.
anything.
They have leather
But they
strapping.
About it
Primaris
so
have
much.
leather
Yeah.
holsters.
It's like
Come
let's
on,
put him.
buddy.
Let's give him a belt so that he can have ammo
Yeah.
patches. It's like, but it's all mag locked. Like that's the whole
Yeah.
point.
Maybe that's such a
How about the
hard
new
thing
intercessors,
to
though?
sell, isn't it? That it's like
Oh, with the new helmets,
The
the
new
Mark,
helmets?
whatever they are.
I do like the direction Space Marines, Primaris Space
Yes.
Marines are moving. I will say. I will
Mm.
say.
Yeah, they look cool.
I bring back mixed kits and swapping helmets and marks of armor. I always
Yeah.
thought that was one of the appeals, that it's like in the 41st millennium that they are running out of stuff. You know, that a lot of it is old.
Yeah.
Even with the
Mm.
Primaris, it's good
It's
that
been
they've
an
kind of gone,
unending
okay,
war,
it's
yeah.
been going on long enough now, they're running out of stuff. I'm like, good. I think that's great.
Yeah, I like that. Do we know, is it gonna be like a plasma gun and a heavy bolter, and they're like a tactical squad, or is it still all just bolter bros? Do we know?
Yeah, they
I'd
were
love a tack squad back again. I love the old tack squads.
What a dream that would be.
they were
It feels
particularly
like
cagey
a
about
complete
any
unit.
contents. You got the video which showed, I guess, characters in action, but I said they didn't. I said there was just one intercessor and one orc
Yeah.
boy, and the big announcement for the orc boys was that they, it used to be either like chopper or shooters, like so either like long range
Yeah.
orcs or short range, and now they get both
Yeah.
all the time, which is cool.
Whoa, are you serious?
Decent.
Yeah, so the
That's
orc
real
boys
good,
are
yeah.
now just an orc boy that has a shooter as well as a chopper and a little pistol thing. So that's no longer
That's
the
cool, man. I
two
like that.
different
Yeah.
layouts. They just have
Mm.
both all the time. And I'm like, I agree. I'm like,
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's consumer friendly.
Yeah.
Consumer friendly. Good job, GW.
Yeah. So I thought that was really, really cool. All right. So is our money on, do we say, after to circle back, do we think there's going to be a short
Face off.
Face Off
Travolta
2.
or Cage?
Should
Who do we
the
think really
refaces
stole the show? Yeah.
and then act
Who,
like
who
each
do we
other?
think
Oh,
stole the
my
show?
God.
Yeah.
I mean, with the single scene where he plays the priest walking across the airport, I think Nick might have stole the show. But
He does this like double butt cheek cup thing of this like nun,
like that,
and then he looks up straight into the heavens. It's insane.
doing
It's
that dance.
crazy. Yeah.
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 I
It's gotta be Nick.
imagine I think
Good
what
old
they had to do, I'd love to be a fly on the wall when they're showing Travolta the B-roll when he's like, so how do I have to act? And
Yeah.
they're like, kind of like this all the time. And it's just that scene of him kind of like head banging as the priest. And they're like, if you can just channel this. And he's just like,
Yeah.
I already signed the contract, didn't I? They're like, yes, you
Yeah.
have.
Yes,
You have signed the contract.
It's happened. It's too late now.
Yeah. I could eat a peach for hours, he says.
So
The
good.
peach, yeah. Ralphland's just mentioned the peach in the chat. It's been brought up. So do you guys
I can eat a
think
peach
are we gonna
for
get a short announcement? Are we saying a short window before the next box set? Is that what do we think that this is
Nah.
going to be an Ashes of Faith style thing?
I reckon not. I reckon not.
You reckon this is what we're getting? Deal with it.
I think they would have done it the other way around. I think they would have said,
Okay.
here's the thing for the sweats,
Yeah.
and then surprised us with the narrative. The fact that they've given us the narrative, they're not going to surprise us with the sweats, are they? It should be the other way around because no one wants the narrative. I'm saying no one wants the narrative. Obviously, people want the narrative, but more people want the sweats. I feel so. I feel like, yeah, I'm with Ben. I think maybe not.
Yeah, I think the answer is no.
All right. Look, I'm excited. It's
Kill Team's dead again.
Yeah.
Because 11th edition's coming out.
And it's dead. Done.
Yeah, the day after the announcement, it's dead.
Yeah.
People, it's dead.
What are we going to talk about now?
With the Red Terror.
All right, I think we'll wrap it up there. That was a very good coverage. We dug into an awful lot of face off. We covered a lot of stuff. Because I mean, look, I said JC's never ending whip just made a good point. You know, the factory is going to be very busy smashing out all the 11th edition boxes of 40K. Yeah. So maybe maybe it might be, you know, a bit quiet, or maybe they'll sneak one out just before the arrival of 11th edition as well. So that would be I'm excited. I think there's definitely good stuff on the horizon. I think this box set more just shows that they're trying to reach a broader audience as well, and I guess making sure that those narrative players who might not be the most vocal don't get left behind in terms of enjoying the game and stuff like that. And I think that's a really good thing. The narrative community can be harder to count at times because it's not at, you know, as I guess the competitive sense is the flagship. So it's a bit of a harder thing.
I don't think they do as many events, do they? They don't. I mean, I don't think they've done a few events. James works on themselves, but not as many as they've done competitive. They've done like 1 to every 7. You know what I mean? Is a narrative event, which is heavily favoring the sweats. So yeah, great to see that they've not forgotten.
Yes,
exactly.
More swing back to older days. Yeah. Like in my time in Warhammer, I've only existed in the very hyper competitive sort of era of Warhammer, and all my knowledge of like old school is from like YouTube or sort of, you know, knowing what it used to be in the old days. Yeah, old fogies like Reese and Russ, reminiscing about the good old days. So I would love to see a return to some more narrative stuff. Although I am dubious of 11th. I'm dubious. But I am hopeful.
Hopefully dubious. I like that. And now, Ben, I think you were saying too, for those looking ahead to next week already, you recently had the Magnolia Open. Was that just finished?
Oh yeah, man. We ran it was our 4th Magnolia Open, which is pretty crazy, and we had sort of a wild. I shall say, I won't tell you the results. Definitely don't go look it up on BCP. But I had sort of a wild result at the end of our tournament. Magnolia Open had 40 players, and it was a good time.
Can you give us some coverage next week? Because Kill Team's dead, so we're gonna have nothing to talk about next week. So can you take us through that?
Absolutely.
Week?
I'm gonna guess
we can relive the glory days of last week.
Yes.
Imagine if it was a draw and you went down to everything and it was still a draw. That would be fascinating.
That'd be amazing.
Like, strength of schedule somehow.
You're playing. If that happens, guess what, guys? You're sticking around. You're playing one more game.
Scissors.
Sorry, dude.
I would just say roll a die. Whoever gets the highest wins. Imagine that.
Yeah. Whoever rolls higher gets the golden ticket. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, because I've got a little 1-day tournament I'm going to this weekend. Going to be taking the Murder Wing for a spin. I've had one practice match which I got pantsed in, so I should be ready to go to get hopefully line myself up. It's a three games in a day, so I'm hoping if I can get a win-loss draw, the perfect tapas.
Tapas,
is what I'm aiming for.
Yeah.
Love it.
Retrieval. Retrieval
That's what you
is
want.
just put your mind on retrieval. That's your tack ops.
All
Retrieval.
right, good. I dig this. I dig this. Thank you. I do need. Please help me, someone.
Yeah, I'll give you some.
chat.
We'll give you the massage. We'll give you the Rocky
Oh, there you go.
massage
Ralphin in the chat
speech. What am I talking? What's his
saying they
name? I
might
can't
be
think of the
going
coach's
to that
name.
one. That's awesome. Yeah, it's the Easter Kill team. The Eggpera Protects. It's going to be over there at the gaming arena. It's on BCP.
Aren't you Aussies cute?
If you
Aren't
wanna
you?
go-
You guys think you're so cute.
Yeah, very cute. But go check it out. Yeah, so hopefully it's going to be a few guys down here in Melbourne going to be pushing out some more events for Kill Team to get it more and more regular as well. So stay tuned for that. I'll do my best to announce bits and pieces happening down here in Melbourne and across Australia when and where I can. If you are an organizer or a TO, don't ever hesitate to reach out to us. I'm sure you guys are the same. We're always happy to shout out events that are going on and help get people attending. So make sure.
Reese's,
having said that,
Reese's going rate for attending your tournament is currently 2,000 USD. But feel free to reach out. That's his going rate.
Yes.
He doesn't get out of bed for less than 2K. All right. So
and you need a trailer, obviously.
Hang around people all day.
Speaking of narrative,
on,
those kings of narrative, what you call it, Once Upon a Kill Team,
yes.
they are doing a tournament.
No way.
Doing an event. It's called I think it's called Astartes Assault. So the Saturday, the 2nd of May, a day of Astartes Assault. So it's a collection of
that's the day I'm leaving. That's the day I'm leaving England. God dang it.
You missed it.
I was hoping
it
was somewhere in that. It was somewhere in that my string of days.
South.
I would have moved heaven and earth to go.
It is Guildford. It's down south a little bit from where you're going, but it is.
South
So if you're in the area, that's what they're doing. 2nd of May. Look it up. Guildford. Once Upon a Kill Team are doing Astartes Assault.
Ooh,
sounds awesome. Cool. Sounds awesome. Those guys are the kings of narrative.
Yeah, I wonder what they're feeling about this. I assume they're feeling pretty damn happy about this.
Oh, I bet it's I can only imagine.
All right. Well, a huge thank you to you, Ben from Battle Brothers Tabletop, for joining your own show. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend.
Yeah, I feel like I did a lot of the heavy lifting this episode, guys. Not gonna lie. Passing it over to Ross from Chip Gaming. Thanks for thanks for being my audience.
Thanks
Russ.
for nothing. Thanks for nothing.
Russ,
let's be fair.
Work they call him. Yep.
Well, you know what?
Old good time Charlie is.
I'm gonna bring us back, and I say, I hate to go. I love to watch you leave. Reese, back to you, baby.
Thank you very much.
Bringing it back to Facebook. Face off, even. Oh my god, I said the wrong word. That's how old I am.
Oh, sevens in the chat. Yeah. Thank you, everyone, to sticking to. If you made it through the first 10 minutes and made it through the face-off chat to actually get the
no one made it.
Well done to you.
I'm going to be.
I can't wait to see the drop off.
The drop of face-off. They're like, this will probably be over in a couple of seconds, and then it's just like face-off, Con Air, The Rock, and then there's like Kill Team. We'll see.
You know what my favorite quote? We're talking about quotes from Face Off. My favorite one is, and I use it all the time. It's right after Castor Troy has had his face removed. He's like smoking a cigarette with his face off, and then they bring the doctor in. He's like, God, he's like, what do you want? And Castor Troy looks at him and goes, take one goddamn guess. That's my favorite quote. I use it all the time. The man needs a face. He needs a face. You got one. Give you one guess.
Face. It's off. It's off.
I love
his
that
face
one.
is off.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Thank you again to everyone. Thank you for listening on the podcast. We really appreciate having us in your ear holes. We always are live when we do these episodes on Twitch and YouTube. So feel free, come and join the chat like all the legends, like Ralphin, Gort the Smurf. I nearly said Casual War Gamers because we said 07 in the chat. That's us.
I just said 07.
Timo and Matt.
Dr. Zero
Danaga doing a lot of heavy lifting in the
Bramble
chat tonight.
Scratch, all the legends. Norley, thank you so much. We really appreciate everyone who jumps in there. It means a lot having you guys chatting and joining in the fun. So we will see you next week to talk about why Kill Team's dead. See you then.